Hi friends, in this video I wanted to share almost like a very quick mini training on the future of AI in entrepreneurship, because I think we can all kind of get sucked into the algorithm of consuming tons and tons of content on AI, but not really understanding the exact implementation and use cases in entrepreneurship and in your business. So I wanted to run through three really specific ways that you can start using AI in your business today. I don't think it's any secret that AI is changing the landscape faster than ever before, not just in our work and in our lives as we see generative AI tools getting integrated more and more in everyday life, but particularly in business. And I think a really important conversation that we all need to be having is, how can you practically use AI to get ahead, to create more leverage in your business, and to actually implement it and get the most out of it? So that's what we're going to talk about today. There are three main areas that I personally think that you should be implementing AI into your business right now. The first is in your products and services, the second is in your operations, and the third is in your marketing. And I'm going to run through specific use cases and examples of how exactly you can use AI to create leverage in each of these areas. Let's start out with products and services. Today, when I'm filming this at the start of 2025, we are in the age of information overload. Information has never been easier to access, and it's never been cheaper to access either. There is an abundance of free resources, free information available to everyone. And what it means when you're selling any kind of service, when you're selling knowledge, when you're selling a transformation of any kind, whether you're a freelancer, a coach, a consultant, any kind of service-based business. I'll come on to products and product-based businesses in a second, but service-based businesses, the shift that I think is really critical that everyone makes now is that information is cheap/free, and what you should now be selling, if you're not already, is how you can assist with the implementation and people actually receiving the transformation. I think the days of people producing courses and workbooks and some digital products to a certain extent where you kind of create a PDF workbook and people buy it are over, or they've certainly not got long left. And the shift we need to make is to, how can you be using AI to assist with the implementation, to actually help your customers gain that transformation and have additional value add that makes you stand out in the market compared to everyone else. So how do you do it? How do you actually add value to your business, to your customers, by using AI? There are three main ways that you can start implementing AI today to add value to your products and services for your customers. The first is by adding in AI mini tools into what you do. So essentially custom GPTs, where let's say you're a social media expert, or potentially you're a virtual assistant, where you have got clients that come to you for assistance with admin or with social media, whatever it might be, is creating these custom GPTs that are trained by you on your specific methodology on how you do something, and you give access to those custom GPTs to your clients. The second thing that you could do is adding in specific AI prompts and workflows to assist with this entire implementation process for whatever kind of product or service it is that you are selling. So instead of people just going kind of blindly to Claude or to ChatGPT and putting in something to help them receive this transformation that you're selling, you are adding value by giving really specific, really detailed AI prompts that are going to lead your customer to get the end result that they're looking for. And the third AI kind of mini resource that you can add into your business now is AI templates and automations. So how can you give someone a plug and play process that enables them to use AI to create more leverage to get that end desired outcome? So I have a couple of different examples for you to illustrate this point here. And the first is an example of what I actually do inside my automations for business program in Espresso AI, which is I give people the templates to use in Make.com and automation software so that they can download the blueprint and then upload it straight away to Make.com, and they've got the entire automated workflow ready to kind of plug and play. They just need to connect their accounts and the automation will work for them. So not only in this program am I teaching people exactly how to set up automations and show them step by step, but I am giving them the tools and the resources in template form to make the implementation as easy as possible. Another example is using custom GPTs to add value to your clients, or in this case, this is for my membership community inside the Keep It Simple Club. I have got a content coach custom GPT that I have trained to help people create short form video content. And for the lifetime of people's membership, they get access to this custom GPT. And this is just another example of how you can train AI on your specific methodology and the way you do something, and then give that to your customers, or even sell it as a standalone product to help people receive that transformation. Things like custom GPTs for anyone who's in personal training, or nutritionists, or psychotherapists, who are giving someone a step-by-step process and helping guide them along that journey, who might go away and use AI independently. In this scenario, you've created this mini tool, this custom GPT, where you can give people access to this on a private link, so only they can access it. And you can either have it included as part of a program, you can charge a one-off fee for it, and you can also even take it a step further and you can export this out of the OpenAI setting and have it sitting on a standalone website, so it feels like people are chatting in real time with it, an AI powered assistant, but the back end is actually powered by OpenAI. And that's where we see this idea of you having your AI clone, so training AI on your methodology, your process, your teaching as an AI assistant. So having it as this mini chatbot that people, your clients, your customers can have with you for implementing whatever it is you've sold them. And this is where I think it can be really powerful for product-based businesses in particular, where you are training this AI assistant, this Jeeves help desk scenario, where it feels like people are having this really personalized conversation with you about your products or services, or how they might use a product they've bought from you, or how they might implement the service that you have been teaching them every day and get recommendations and advice from you on a more consistent basis. And then giving people access to this either via subscription or on your website when they become a customer. I will caveat this with this: when you create an AI clone and you host it on your own website, where you've kind of trained yourself, trained the AI on you and your methods of whatever it might be, this does come with an additional cost. Every time someone uses it, every time there's a run, an API call, you will get charged for that as an automation. So I would say that this isn't something that you add on as a value add to whatever it is that you do, for someone who can pay once and then they'll never pay you again, and they've got lifetime access to this, because you are going to be racking up kind of costs of goods for running something like an AI assistant. So you want to make sure that you've got some kind of subscription mechanism in there, so that you aren't kind of out of pocket at the end of the day. But this is a really powerful way of adding value and of differentiating your product and your service in the market by leveraging AI. And then you can also take this a step further with the use of low code and no code platforms like Pickaxe and Bubble.io, where you can fully create your own AI powered apps. Again, trained on your custom methodology and specifically how you do things. And then essentially what you're building in that scenario is a SaaS company, a software as a service, where you have got recurring monthly subscriptions for access to your AI trained assistant in whatever sector you're in. So that's a very high level overview of just some of the ideas of how you can be using AI to add value in your products and services. Let's chat now about how you use it in your operations. So right now, where we are in 2025, I have never been more excited by the prospect of people becoming entrepreneurs. And if you know me, you'll know that I have been in entrepreneurship a really long time, coming up for 19 years. But this is the most level I have ever seen the playing field when it comes to your ability to create leverage and to create generational wealth for yourself without needing access to huge amounts of capital to get started. And I think we're going to see the rise of 7 and 8 figure solo entrepreneurs who are building things themselves and creating a ton of leverage using AI and automations to scale. I think the days of really swollen and bloated payrolls, of needing to have thousands of dollars worth of subscriptions every month, of needing to pay developers to do things for you, I just think all of that can be stripped right back and replaced with no and low code technology at a relatively cheap cost, certainly in comparison to anything we have ever seen in the past. So I do think it's a really exciting time to be in entrepreneurship, especially if you are really looking into seriously using AI and automations to create leverage in your business, because I think the exponential growth that you can create for yourself is just so significant. I am a professional investor by trade, and one of the things that I am always looking for in investments is how scalable is this product or service? At what point is there this tipping point between you needing to pay for cost of goods versus the cost to acquire a customer and profitability? And when does the hockey stick curve come in? And I think with the introduction of kind of mainstream generative AI, as we've seen over the last coming up for 3 years now, that opportunity to get to scalability and profitability on your own or with a really small team is so significant, and it's so exciting. So I think what you really need to be focusing on in terms of using AI in your operations is how can you turn AI into your team? How can you leverage automations so that you can scale without hiring? How can you build this mini team of AI assistants that support you with your sales, your marketing, your client work, your delivery, your growth strategy? How can you connect all of these apps together so that you can create automated workflows which will significantly reduce your workload so that you can focus on those higher leverage, higher impact activities within your business that enable you to generate more revenue, right? And this is all entirely possible now using the technology that is currently on the market. So understanding how to use automation platforms like Make.com and Zapier, understanding how you can get the most out of AI tools like Claude and ChatGPT and MS Copilot so that you can actually create this leverage and build this trained team on your business that helps you scale. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I created AI for Business and Automations for Business, my 2 programs within Espresso AI, was to really teach people step by step. This is exactly how you do this. And I know it because I've done it, right? When I look at the tasks and my workload of what I was doing in 2016 compared to what I spend my time doing now, I have pretty much made myself redundant out of a job, because I have gone from needing to spend 8 hours a week replying to emails to you're lucky if I maybe spend 30 minutes in my inbox every single week, because I have an automated workflow that is processing my emails for me, writing replies, saving them in draft, and all I'm doing is checking over them. So I think it's about shifting this mindset from needing this process of busy work, which as entrepreneurs, we can often associate our worth with how much stuff we can tick off our list and how much control we have over these processes, to actually building out a delegated team that you have trained within AI tools and software and automations to build out these workflows so that you can scale yourself and move yourself out of that day-to-day hamster wheel role. And you can also scale without hiring, without needing to think, well, I need to get an assistant to do this, and I need to have someone that does all of my social media, and I need to have someone that does all my bookkeeping for me. Like, you can have all of that automated so that you can really spend your time and your money that you are investing in your business on more higher leverage activities. And then the final area to really focus on in terms of AI and automations in your business today is on your marketing, right? I think the market for, if we look at social media channels right now, it's amazing that all of these AI tools can produce this like really photorealistic content and videos. And I think certainly we're at the start of 2025, we're seeing a lot more of it come up onto these platforms. But I do think that over creating in an AI way is leading people to kind of disassociate with that kind of content, because they know that it's not real. And we're really at this interesting point in time where the lines between what's reality and what is AI generated are getting really, really blurred. And as humans, I think we crave human connection. And I don't actually think AI created content is going to do as well as maybe people thought at the back end of last year. I think as humans, we're going to be leaning more into human connection. And I think that's where you should be focusing in terms of your marketing efforts online as a business owner. But where I do think that you should be using AI, instead of using it to actually create the content so that you're not in it and you're not doing anything, is using it to create the system that allows you to scale what you are doing, that allows you to produce more, that allows you to have better ideas, that allows you to pinpoint what's working and what's not working, that allows you to tap into trending moments or news stories, or come up with ideas by doing things like scraping Reddit forums and having these tools that you have got set up so that you're automatically delivering to your inbox every week the summary of all of the newsletters that you subscribe to, that is then plugged into OpenAI, that is generating you a content calendar based on trending topics that have come out of Reddit and that have come out of all of these other news channels, whatever it might be, whatever's relevant for your business. I think using AI through the lens of marketing is less about using it to physically create the content for you and more about using it to power the back-end system that enables you to scale. So I hope that was a useful insight into how you can practically implement AI into your business today, and things that you could do not only to add value to your customers, to your clients, to your products, but also how you can use it to scale your operations and how you can use it to scale the system that sits behind your marketing funnel.